We get good and bad news about Scream 7 almost every week at this point. Now, if you look at my channel, it has been a minute. It has been a while. I know we've gotten so much news, but I want to talk about what's up to date. The whole of this Ghostface using AI and deep fakes as a way to, get to his victims. Now, I will say this. I like this idea. I mean, I hope they don't overdo it. Because, nowadays everything is AI and deep fake, and it's used in more bad ways than good. So it's appropriate for Ghostface. A person which, at the end of the day, just has a mask and a knife, right? And a whole suit and a few, accessories, a few weapons to add if things get, a little difficult. Here's the thing. With the whole thing of the killers being brought back, I did see that Matthew Lillard and some of the other celebrities who have played Ghostface is coming back. And at first I was like, wait, what? But then, when they got the Roman actor to come back, sorry, I forgot his name. I was like, oh, okay, this is definitely a AI deepfake thing. I knew it right away. Here's kind of the pros and cons of that, right? The first few kills of this movie is going to be wild, right? This Ghostface is going to be, a tech genius using, killing a victim and then, making it seem like it's some other killer and all that. And it will spark the idea that Stu is still alive. Stu is dead, by the way. But it will spark the idea that Stu is alive. Remember, in Scream 5 and Scream 6, there have been hints that he could be alive, maybe, but I feel like they're kind of nodding to the fans who also think he's alive, right? I think Stu is gone. I think Stu is gone. And, this will work. And to see Sydney and Gale's and, the Meek twins' reaction is going to be crazy. Seeing oh my God, that's Roman Bridger, that's Bill, that's Stu. It's gonna be dope, right? It's gonna be pretty cool. But eventually, we know that it will get stale. Because I think, at least in the middle of the movie, all the characters are gonna be like, okay, this person's using AI and deep fakes. Now let's try to get him, right? So I feel like it could get stale. That's the con of it. But I think in order to, and I hope they do this, there's been no mention of it, but I hope they do this to where the Ghostface realizes that him using the past killers is not doing much now. But I feel like, this Ghostface will start to use the faces of the victims he's coming after, right? So let's say this Ghostface, he or she almost gets caught, and let's say they use the face of someone that they are chasing, and now Sydney, Gale are probably going to think it's that person when it's really not that person. That will be dope, and that will not only make this Ghostface more terrifying, it will make this Ghostface more smart, more strategic, and it will, install just more fear of, the uses of AI and, deep fakes and all that. Should they use well, Scream 3, there was a voice changer, so I think they'll bring back the voice changer, because now it makes more sense now, right? I know Scream 3, they didn't like it. I didn't care for Scream 3 as much. I mean, I'll still watch it, but I didn't care for it as much. But now it's more appropriate to use, the voice changer and all that. So that's kind of my thing with it. I know it I'm glad this Ghostface is going with a more tech genius kind of thing. And another thing I hope is that it would make more sense if it were Sydney to go after this Ghostface instead of Ghostface going after Sydney, because I know people in the Scream universe are crazy. I know that. But it would make more sense for this Ghostface to be like, you know what? I'll probably trick Sydney into doing this if she gets involved, but I'm not going to go after this woman when there's 10 other Ghostface that have tried and they failed and got killed in the most messed up ways. So I don't think it should be like that. I think it should be Sydney. She wants to get away from it. She stays away from it. She decides not to help the victims. And then eventually she's like, you know what? I have to go help because otherwise they might come for me. I have to go help this person. That's what it might be. And just imagine Ghostface using Sydney's face or using Gail's face on a video or something like that, and we get like a Sydney versus Gail thing, which I know sounds a bit like too much, but with AI and deep fakes, it can make these victims, the people he's going after in this movie, do the most crazy things, right? I can definitely see a victim getting killed, not even by a Ghostface, by, one of the other victims, like, hey, there's no way AI is this good and all that, so I'm gonna take you out because it looks like you are Ghostface. But that will just show how good the technology is. It'll show how good the AI and deepfake is, but other than that, I know there's probably a lot of stuff I gotta talk about, but I'm just gonna end it, right here. The AI Ghostface thing, I think it's going to be good, and I think it'll be really hilarious if we just get a scene of Ghostface on a laptop, like typing away. I think that'll be hilarious. But then again, let me know what you guys think. Is this the way to go with Ghostface? And it's good because I don't want it like, oh, I hate Sydney. I gotta kill Sydney to make me famous, and I'm just gonna run around with a mask and knife and just go after her. At this point, a Ghostface has to be smart and strategic with it, and not even go after Sydney. I don't like that anymore. After Scream 3, we didn't need that anymore. It's better if Ghostface is, it's better if like Ghostface and Sydney, they run into each other in a way, right? It will be smart if Ghostface, decides to kind of like avoid Sydney, and this Ghostface is like, I'm not gonna go after this person who has survived all these other Ghostfaces more dangerous than me, so I'm not gonna go after it. But we'll see. What do you guys think?